Hello, Aqua here again. Welcome back to FTB Unleashed. I always start with what's wrong with me? After last episode, I made this thing, also this enchanter, and my one of the vehicle trade that was getting quite low. I pulled off. So you put that in there, it pulls an enchant off, puts the enchant to a book. Did that twice, pulled both the enchants off that because they're both real nice enchants. Now I could suppose just put an enchanting plus on, but I do like having shelves full of enchanted books, so which is why I kind of like doing this. So I put them there. Potency 3, treasure 3. So when I get level 30 again, I'll try and enchant that again and try and get repair on it. That's the idea. Is keep trying to get repair on stuff. I've been playing around with the glass. I made a bit of cyan glass. Don't know if I like it, to be honest. I've only put this in about 5 minutes ago. This might be coming back out. Man, not sure. Not sure of it yet. But I've done a little bit of decorating work. And what have I done? Oh, I changed. I've not done all of them yet, but I've started changing most of these to stone bricks there. I think they look a bit better. What I think I'm going to do is maybe use bleached stone bricks. Bleached bone, something like that. What's it called? Bleached bone. There we go, that stuff. Fitted bleached bone stone. I'm thinking of using that instead of the cobble for most of this, lighting it up. I still need to put the windmill on there as well. What I've done mostly is, over this side, the infernal bricks that I said I like the look of. I've kind of done all the outside of this with the infernal bricks, and I've put the fancy windows in. So I kind of like the look of that. You get a few types of brick. You get that's just a standard block that you get. That's that one there, infernal block. Of course, you can make infernal stairs from that as well. You put an infernal block with a piece of gunpowder. You get the etched, with a creeper face on it. You put 8 blocks in a square. You get the ornate, which is the chiseled pattern. You put the normal blocks in just a crafting square. They become the bricks, which you can make the stairs of as well, which is where I made them stairs from. And you put them in again, and they become the infernal brick, which is them little ones that I've used a couple of as well. So you get quite a few bricks. Like I say, that's still, well, it looks messy, but that's because there's going to be another coke oven there. I made that into a nice patio window. I think that looks quite nice. I put another level on this. I am going to drop this down one, I think. I'm going to move this one lower into the floor. I think it'll look a bit better. So that's going to get dropped one. I should really stop the lava going in there. Use the lava up just so I can get it used. Yeah, all that's going to move down one further. And I need to change this chest for an iron chest or something. So that's a bit. In fact, I might move this little stone generator somewhere else completely. I quite like the look of this. Now this thing keeps running out of power, and it was quite insane. So what I've done is I've moved this in. It did have the +3 tin upgrades. It's now just got a +1 upgrade. So it's 4x4, 3x3, 5x5 should I say. 3 normal +1 radius makes it into a 5x5, and that was going a bit better. I had that in there. I had it restricted to 10 mg output. It was going a bit better. What I need to do though is get a better way of powering this. I'm starting to use more power. Well, I've finished all the glass in this as well. I do need to check if the harvester works on that cotton still. I've not checked that yet. That might be a bust if it don't work. If we jump back over here, I'm starting to look at different ways of getting power now. I'm going to start taking power here. That's about half full. I'll stop that going in because I was out of milk again. So what I need to do, I think, is work out how to get a better source of milk, which is going to be a rancher, is what I'm going to use. MFR rancher to get me milk. And oops, poured milk over the floor. What I'm going to do is get MFR rancher, and I've just checked. I've got 4 spare ender pearls, so I'm going to make some more, what do you call them? Ender tanks. I'm going to have an ender tank for milk, so I'll be able to put an ender tank on top of the engine here or behind it or whatever, and that'll just keep this full of milk. We don't have 17 force shards. Now this, I've been looking at how we get these, and there's a couple of ways. Now one way is you can process these things through a squeezer, force gem. Where is it? Cap and squeeze, there we go. You can force gem through a squeezer, you get 1.5 buckets worth of liquid force and a 10% chance of them. So of course we've got all that liquid force to use in buckets that we haven't used yet as well. So that's there. I'm gonna make another force engine. I think I'm gonna put a force engine on that over there. So wire a squeezer up, I can feed the liquid force in using a ender tank as well. So that's one option. And the other option was, now I made a thing called a force rod. This thing here, you make it, it's only got 3 charges when you make it. It's force ingot, stick and a force nugget. It comes with 3 charges. You can make a better one, but you need a force stick, which we haven't got around to making yet. But you're meant to do 3 things with it. I've done one of the things. One of the things we'll get to in a minute. The second and the third things are what I'll do now. For that we need a block of obsidian and a book. So throw the book on the floor. That's a 10 my coin of fortune off for this. Throw the book on the floor, and with the wand right click it. That becomes this thing. Upgrade tome. Another thing we can do is put a block of obsidian on the floor. Right click that. That becomes a force infuser, which I don't really want there. Oh. Well, bugger. So I need to make another one of them anyway. So I'll make another one of them. That's alright, that'll get me a force shard. I can actually show you what the other thing is. And I didn't want to make another one, so as if I did that. Force rod. Okay, let's have this force infuser thing. Well, I'm not going to use it yet, so I might as well have left it where it was, to be honest. But let's have it over here. I think this needs power running to it as well, so let's have a look at that in a minute. There's a force infuser. Let's actually look inside at the minute. Force infuser. It needs liquid force, and I believe it needs power as well. You need an upgrade tome in the top left slot to get anything useful. Upgrade tome. That goes there. Well, don't really know how this thing works yet, but there you go. There's your infuser thing. I'll probably end up wrecking that and moving it again. I think it needs liquid force and power, so I'm gonna have to work getting power. Eventually I will have power running across this entire site. Like, hello. If you see king slimes, by the way, it's always worth getting them because they give you a good amount of XP. I think it's about these 15 levels of XP if you see one lurking about. Now the other thing that you can make is these. If you get a normal sapling, get off fence. If you get a normal sapling, like so, I might as well use this force rod up, so I'll take 2 saplings. Yeah, I saw you. So there are a couple of saplings. But say with your first rod, I think you only get 3 charges, so you're meant to make one of these, a force sapling. You're meant to make 1 infuser and 1 book. I think that's what you're meant to do with your first force shard. What this can do is, as you can see, it makes force trees. Now let's chop these down. Now I've just been in a creative world, single player creative world that I've got for testing stuff to see if this works in the MFR harvester, and unfortunately it doesn't, because you need to be able to harvest these things, which would be quite interesting. I don't think I've got any force mitts left, have I? No, I've used all my force mitts, never mind. I'll just now you see I'm breaking these, you actually get the odd force nugget from it as well. Let's turn that back. In fact, let's make some more force mitts because they're always useful to have some, isn't it? Oops. So I need a couple of force ingots, a couple of iron. It seems I'm making 2. I don't know why I always make 2 of these. And some cobble. Get myself another 2 pair of them. And we'll just go rip them leaves down really quick. Get off me door. They're coming down pretty quick anyway, but you do get, I believe you do get a bonus on saplings and other drops from leaves with your force mix. So there we go. We've got 6 force nuggets back. That's nearly an ingot back there, isn't it? We've got some force saplings. So yeah, I tried running these in MFR harvester, because what you also can do is, if you look at the force log, if you run that through a squeezer, forward furnace, what? Coke oven, force oven comes charcoal, makes sense I suppose. Assembly table, squeeze, there we go. If you run it through a squeezer, it becomes 0.1, so a tenth of a bucket of force. So I thought if an MFR harvester ran it, you could actually just have a tree farm producing liquid force. It doesn't seem to be the case, so that's a little bit unfortunate. I think is this one at the stick, I presume? No, it's just a normal stick. Okay, so how do we make a force stick? Okay, you use logs, that's why. Use logs to make a force stick. Now I suppose I can make the full rod, which I don't actually know what to do with yet, so I don't really know why I'm making it, but I suppose it doesn't hurt. There we go. So there's a force rod, and I'll come back to that later when I work out what to do with it next. But yeah, I was basically trying to see if we could get a good power source for this thing, and I've not actually wrenched the milk, have I? So let's wrench that, and the phone's ringing. Of course it is. Sorry, answer phone will get that, but whenever I don't shut my door, some kind of noise happens. So yeah, I think the next thing to make then is going to be a rancher. Let's just tidy up a little minute. Yeah, I've used quite a bit of minium stone, turned in all that. I had loads of dirt in here. This is what, half a chest full of dirt. I turned it all into sand to make all that glass. I went for about 2 or 3, maybe 2 or 3. I want to chuck that rotten flesh. I'd say, yeah, I guess I went for about 2 or 3 minium stones, turning all that into sand. It does burn through it pretty quick. My chest situation is really poor. One egg. Wonderful. Everyone likes one egg. That can all just get dumped in there. I've got no room at all. Well, you can go in the bin. I suppose that's... I was going to say tidy, but it's far from tidy, is it? So yeah, rancher, I guess. Let's have a look at a rancher. Rancher is pretty straightforward. Shears, liquiducts. Okay. So let's make a rancher. 1, 2, 3, 4. Some glass. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a couple of bits of redstone. That gets us the machine frame and the reception coil. And then there's 2 lots of shears in there, weren't they? There's some shears. And there was, what else was in there? A couple of tin ingots, liquiducts, and some plastic sheets. Plastic sheets, where are you? And there's the liquiducts. So, and a couple of bits of tin. Now what tin have I got left? Just that 48, I think. Looks like it. I'm getting quite low on most of my materials. So there's a rancher. I actually could do with a couple of these. We'll just have one to start with. Now what we can do with a rancher is, in fact, I'm going to need at least 2 more in the tanks, aren't I? So let's get them made. So that was obsidian. Out of obsidian. Got a log of some kind. You'll do. Will that work? Medium stone time again. Get a bit more obsidian. No, it has to be the same type, I guess. Or maybe just don't work with Sakura. One bit of spruce wood, piss off. Go in there. So yeah, obsidian, blaze rods, wool. I'm out of wool. So the three things I can use a rancher for that I know of, one of them is I can have one there getting milk from cows, I can have one here getting wool from sheep, and of course the old one on a captive squid from a jailer's safari net, which will get you ink, which I will be doing all of these things. 2, and then 2 of them gets me 2 more in the tanks. Now to change the colour of these, it actually make more sense to change the colour of the lava one to red, wouldn't it, and use white for the milk. That would make more sense. How do I do this? Screw it. I'll just have the milk ones with a bit of black in the middle, like Frisian cows. There we go. Stripy Frisian cows. So there's that. And then I'll take that bottom one there. I want a bit of fence, a bit more fence. What are you doing? Back in there, you. And to do this really cowboy, I can just bang it here, but I will be making some kind of dedicated place for this, of course, because having it here is just a bit scruffy. For now, what we need is energy cell, rancher, and ender tank. That'll fill it with milk. And other end of the tank on there. You can go there. And wrench that, well, don't wrench it, just right click it, so that is the output. So that'll keep that guy full of milk. So we've got automated milk now. Yeah, cool. Automated milk. So that'll keep going in there, as long as there's room, that'll work. And it shouldn't keep, as long as there's, when they're in room, it just keep trying to get some, doesn't it? Okay, so it's using power every chance it gets. I thought when they want room it might just stick, but no, it does. Every time this is taking a little bit, it keeps getting like 8 millibuckets. So that will be using power quicker than it should, really. I could do, I suppose, is set it so that when that's empty, that turns on for a bit, but for now that'll do. Just for now, that gets me. That stops me having to worry about milk all the time when this is filling redstone energy cells up anyway. Ideally, I could do with a force engine on the tree farm as well. I don't know. I'll have a think about it. Let's tell me. Jetpack off while I'm using it. Right, the next thing I'm going to make is a filler. Because I like fillers. I just used my last 2 ink sacks, didn't I? Of course I did. There's normally squiddlies around here. In fact, screw it. While I'm doing it, let's get a jailer's safari net. Now I have looted a couple of single-use safari nets, so I should have some. There's one, look. Cool. And I believe to make that into a jailer's, I just need some iron bars, which I thought I might have had. I have. Is it just 4 like that? It is. Jailer's safari net. Cool. So we can get a squid trapped while we're out and about. 2 birds with 1 stone and all that. So there's, every time I've been out here there's been squid, so now that I actually want one, there's bound to be none. Quite a lot of clear left down there, isn't there? There's a load of squid, cool. I've been waiting to get a sludge boiler on the go to start generating clay, but I suppose I could just quickly dig a load of this up and it'll do me, because there is loads of it around. Jailer safari net, there we go. Let's grab you. I've got one for later then. You, sir, are our captive squid. So that'll go on another rancher. and provide us with ink sacks. Where to set up my farm? I don't know yet. My animal farms. I normally have them near my farms, but I don't know. I think I'm going to have boilers and liquid tanks over there. Not sure. Right, what else do I need for this filler then? 2 golden gears. Everything else pretty straightforward. So let's start with the golden gears then. What am I doing? So, 4 of them, screw it. This is 8. Some cobble. Tell you what, make them first, full. Get some stone gears, then iron. Whenever I get low on any resource, by the way, I just go into that hollow hill that I started clearing and just get some of the particular resource I'm looking for generally. There we go. Crafting bench. I need some normal bench. Normal chest even. Bench. Normal chest. Inventory is a mess. Well, a storage, should I say, is a complete mess. And then yellow flour gets us some yellow dye. And I need, let's make all 7 of these, screw it. It looks like I'm getting 6. 6 redstone torches. I think I had some redstone torches anyway. No, maybe not. Okay. Oh, shit. Well. He ain't gonna last long there, is he? What any more? Iron I have. Where? Fucking thing. I guess I need to get another squid. Because I just placed a squid on the floor by mistake. I blame the squid. Do I need 6 of these? I think I only need 1 for there, and I need 1, 2, 3, 4 to make 3-dimensional spaces. Let's put that lapis back. Redstone, torch, and lapis, and landmarks can go in there. So there we go. There we've got a filler. No, we haven't. What have we done wrong? There we've got a filler. Wonderful. And we need 9 blocks of glass to go with that. And some bricks when we want to start building stuff, but at the minute I'm just going to use it for clearing. And we're going to need an energy cell. And now I can start clearing out my next area. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this hill down to the edge of the chunk, which is here. So I'm going to bring all this down level with this path here, I think. What I'll do is I'll break camera, I'll set something up, and I'll come back when I've decided where it's going to be. Hello, I'm back again, and it's actually the next day since you last saw me. I've done quite a bit off camera. I've done probably a bit too much stuff off camera, to be honest. I've been getting on with some little stuff last night when I was a bit too tired to record, but I say tired, a bit too lazy to record, probably more accurate, but I was just watching a film and doing a bit of stuff, so I'm going to show you that. The force is getting low. We've got 5 force shards in there, and what I've been doing is I've used up all the buckets. I've got 1 left just to show you. So I put my portable tank on top of there, and I filled that up with liquid force, and the cows keep draining that energy cell, so I don't think that's a good plan, having it like I had it, because let's say as soon as the ender tank loses like 4 millibuckets, it does a cycle, so it's just cycling all the time, so it drains the energy cell really quick. So I'm going to think of a different way of doing that. Now I've just started making an industrial information panel, because I was going to do a big to-do list. I was going to do a nice big industrial information panel on there, do a to-do list, but when I started doing it I noticed this thing here, advanced information panel, I've not seen before, an advanced panel extender. So they're new, so I'm going to hold off doing that for now. I'm going to do that next episode. I'll actually make the advanced one next episode. So I'm just getting some coal dust compressed. Oops, not compressed just yet. And get some coal dust made into carbon plates, because they need carbon plates. So yeah, next episode I'm going to make some of the new industrial information panel, advanced one, and I just had a quick look in my little single player test world to see what the difference is, and they're actually quite cool. So I'll be using quite a bit of them. That's one of my favorite little mods, is nuclear control. I was missing it a bit in the last couple of versions that we've had because it won't end. So when I finished last time, I was setting up for the filler. When I get to that in a minute, so I've got my filler, I've got some power in my energy cell. That's what I've been waiting on this morning. I've been watching last night's UHC Minecraft UHC while I was waiting on that. So we're going to need that as well. And you can look over there, you can see there is, you can vaguely see a little red line. I'm going to sleep so I can see better. I'm going to vaguely see a little red line where I've set up the landmarks, so we can go clear that area out. Now I think what I'm going to do is have that as my boiler area along the back of that, because it's not really deep enough to have anything too big. So we'll get to that in a minute. I've done a little bit of work here. Now I'm going to make some of them drawbridges that I mentioned I think last episode before we finish this episode. So I've cleared this area out to sort that out. I've made a lot of arcane wood blocks now, and I've moved the floor up one. The reason being, the other two floors, there's one block in the windows, and even though you won't actually see, I mean, you don't really care. It was kind of bothering me a little bit that it was like that. So what I did was I put loads of arcane greatwood log. I cut down 2 greatwood log trees from over in that direction somewhere, and I replanted a couple of saplings, so they should have grown back. And I've just been making a lot of these arcane wood blocks, as you see there. So I've got quite a few of them arcane wood blocks. So I've used them for my floor. I've moved my infuser there. I'm going to have another infuser on this side once I've got a tesseract for my water there. Someone said, why don't I just use a golem and a water source? It's because I don't like having a water source. You have to build in a water source into your build. I'd rather not have a water source, so I like to use a tesseract. So I'll lose one alembic by having a tesseract on the back. Ooh, cooking myself. But what I'll be having is, there'll be a tesseract behind there. So then I don't have to have a water source in my Thaumcraft room. I kind of like it that way. So yeah, all these other 2 floors, I put these windows in as well. I'm not sure if I like them or not, if I'm being honest. And I don't know yet. I still think this needs work. There's certainly too much cobble in this tower. I've not done the roof yet because I did all my other castle. See, this is the same as well. There's 1 block below. And there was 1 block above, but I put like I put steps on the top of each one just to smooth the edges off a little bit. Let's just jump down, hurt myself a little bit, but it doesn't matter. Whee! So I put that. So this floor is quite small, this entrance floor. I put a bit of glass there to stop the lava dripping, because lava doesn't drip through glass. See the way the water's dripping, where the water source is? Well, the lava was doing the same, so I'd put a bit of glass there instead of cobble. And put some bookshelves in here. So this room's looking quite nice. I've changed, you may have noticed in my inventory I've got one. I've changed the healing potions into splash potions. You just do that by once you've finished. So for the healing it'd be a nether wart, then a glistening melon, and then a glowstone dust to make it into a healing 2, health 2, and then you put gunpowder, and that makes it into a splash potion. So splash potion, obviously the difference there is an instant health potion you have to drink, so the time it takes to drink it, you might die if you're in a situation where you need one. Splash potion, you can just throw it on the ground and it'll heal you. So that's why I made them into splash, which I think someone told me about in the live stream as well. I made some swiftness potions as well, but I've not used them yet. Swiftness 2, speed 2. Another really useful thing that people keep telling me to use, force wrench. When you saw me break this thing yesterday, I had to remake it. If I actually picked it with a force wrench, boop, shift right click, there we go. I can actually pick that with a force wrench and put it back, and it even keeps the book on it. There we go. And you can pick things up like potion racks, and force wrench really is nice. It's like that. I pick up that potion rack, and I can put that down. It's still got all the portions in it. Looks like it does it the same direction now by the look of it. I wonder if I can rotate with it as well. Don't know. But there we go. You can actually pick up things full of things, and it'll remember what they are, which is kind of awesome. So that's what I've done in this area. I've not put a roof on yet because, as I was saying, when I built my castle, I did it all off camera, and I want to show you how I built the roof. So I'm going to put a roof on there. I still haven't decided whether this is a mage tower or a windmill. So I've left this one wall free of windows because I might put a big windmill thing on there. But I'm not sure how it'll look, so I might just have it as a mage tower. Meh, undecided as yet. A couple of other things I've made. I moved the chunk loader here. I actually did that before, so that's covering a bigger area, and that's the area that I marked out with the little stone walls. You can see over there, there's a little stone wall. Just to cover that up, I made these things, smokers. These are pretty nice. Just a vanilla cauldron, 2 bits of redstone, and a nether rack. Make sure a smoker. I believe it's either Twilight Forest or Railcraft. I'm not sure which one has this. But just put that there, and then we've got a nice little chimney there. Wonderful. And I've got another one for the smeltery. I'll pronounce that a bit nicer. Smeltery, not smeltery. I changed this around a little bit. As I said, I was going to move it down, and I did. So I moved it down one block. I added an extra layer on the top, and I kind of made it a bit funneled, I guess is the right word. And just a little smoker on the top of that as well, so it looks like that's cooking away. Oh, I just didn't turn them fucking lasers off, did I? Just quickly got to turn them off. So yeah, bit of babbling. It's like I've had to do as much babbling as I do at the start of an episode. Hard lasers, there we go. So you can see that from inside there. Anyway, let's get over there. Now I don't actually need that building anymore. I could put all that stuff into that tower, the Mistcraft and the enchanting bit, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that or not yet. So so as I said, I was going to make an industrial control panel for the thing. I'd actually started making it, and I was going to show you how I made it, but I'm not going to bother doing that this episode. So for now, what I've done is I've just put in a colour upgrade, which is copper cable surrounded by dyes. The actual panel itself is pretty straightforward. One circuit, some glass pane, some lime, some black, and a bit of redstone. I've put in a colour upgrade, and I put in a time card, that one, which is just a vanilla clock and a circuit. So that puts me a nice little clock in here. So I can change the colours like so. I actually prefer, I like the cyan. Is that light blue? Is that cyan? Whichever one it is. I like them too. I think it looks quite nice. So I've just got a little clock in here. So that's all the shit I've done off camera. I apologise for doing a bit more than I planned to. So now what we can do is we can clear this area out. And we'll see how big it is. So what I've done is I've gone down to the level of the floor. And there, so I am going to put my energy, no I'm not, I'm going to put my filler there. 9 glass blocks makes it into the clear pattern. That's important, that if you get different patterns, the one to make a box or to fill, it uses brick blocks, so you need bricks. But the one to actually clear uses glass. So that sometimes if you set one of these up and it ain't working, you maybe haven't got the pattern right, or maybe haven't put a pattern in at all. So let's collect my 4 landmarks, so we can go and add some power to that. There's a landmark, and there should be one down there. 4 landmarks, got them back. And now let's go add a bit of power. Whee! As you can see, I just made some. The bushes that I put over there. When I made that window nice and big, sidetracked again. Look, when I made that window nice and big, I moved the bushes away from here. I just wanted somewhere to put them, so I made a little edge bushes around here. I might edge all my area with that, to be honest. I quite like the way it looks. Nice bit of colour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a power source there, and that should clear out this area nice and quick for us. So it saves you a lot of time. If you think the amount of time it's going to take me to clear this out manually if I was just using a single pick. Of course I could make a hammer which would clear it out quicker, but still it's a lot quicker just to make yourself a filler and use a bit of power. So we'll let this clear out, and then I'm going to cut the camera again. I'm going to do a bit of basic building just to build us a room in there and see how big the room is. I think the thickness of this room 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I think it'd be good for having a line of boilers and possibly liquid tanks. This does destroy blocks using a filler, so if you do see anything you may want to keep like that, yeah, you can just, while it's going, run around. You can also set it nice and slow and just follow it around, and then you can use it as a mining tool still. Just run around on the level that you're mining at, and go on that quartz that we got. Run around on the level that you're mining at, and get all the bits that you actually want. Oops, there we go. So that's down to there. So this is going to be the level of our floor, which goes with this. It's quite nice, but I'm going to build it up a little bit on this side, and maybe have a sloping roof and some big glass wall along here, maybe, I think. So I'm going to do a bit of that off camera, because that's going to take a bit of time, and I'll be back and show you what that's going to look like in probably about an hour from where I'm sitting, but in just a second for you. See you in a bit. Oops, quickly back before I do the build. A couple of other things I wanted to tell you that I forgot. One of them, I'd re-enchanted my wonder vehicle trade, and I got charging 1, which is perfect. I will add potency to that sometimes so I can do bigger areas. But charging 1, I'll probably add treasure to that as well in case I use it for mining. So that's perfect now. Someone else, I think it was Geronimo, thank you very much for this. My jetpack, of course, is pretty slow. If I combine that with a sword of condor, it actually makes me really quick. So I can use both. So actually fly nice and quick without having to keep changing the mode and use more fuel. So that's pretty cool. I do need to try and get repair on that sword of the condor at some point. And something else, I was making it hard work making bronze. Actually, I made that bronze the hard way and the shit way, to be honest. But 3 copper, and apparently I did this yesterday. I used 3 copper and was it yesterday? I used 3 copper and 1 refined iron, which is why it didn't work. So I never noticed. There you go, 3 copper, 1 tin, shows you gets you 4 bronze ingots, so you get more that way. Unfortunately, for some reason, that doesn't show in any eye. You can make it that way. So that's why that and combination of me using refined iron there. So I have actually made 32 bronze ingots a shit way there. I could have had 64 for the amount of resource that I've used. I am getting low on quite a few things, so before I start recording again today, when I was waiting for an energy cell to fill up, I went back into my hollow hill, and I've done... Oh, it's out of power. Why is that out of power? That should not be out of power at all. What's going on? What the hell's going on there? Is there a redstone? There must have been a redstone signal. Oh, I have to think from underneath, of course. There we go. That one's set correctly. So yeah, I did a little bit of mining there, so I've got myself a nice amount of iron again. I made a stack of iron into refined. Right, it's back when that build's done then. Sorry about that. Here we are then. I'm back. I'm just in the nether. I'm going to show you how I've been grabbing a whole load of nether brick. Pretty much what I've been doing, I've been coming into here, grabbing some, don't want that lapis, you stay there, grabbing some netherrack, then using my awesome wonder vehicle trade, and just I've been swapping out all the nether brick for netherrack, like so. Much quicker to my netherrack than it is nether brick. So I've got loads of nether brick like that, and what I've been doing with that is combine it with loads of soul sand, got me loads of infernal blocks, which I made into fitted infernal stones, which I made into slabs and bricks, and that is what I've made my roof of my new area. So I'll go show you my new area. That's my point of being here, just to show you that. I found a big like field of soul sand as well that I burned through like 2 force smiths, maybe 3 force smiths. No, yeah, 2 force smiths I went through. So what I've done is, there we go. This is the boiler area. So I've got a nice glass front on there. Just giving it glass front there. I don't like the way the lights are. That's something else that I need to put on my to-do list. I'm not going to use modular power suit armor, but I do need to make a power fist, power tool thing with the lux capacitor for lighting and stuff like that. And I made all the roof out of the infernal stone slabs, or stairs as needed. So I'll show you that there. The kind of thing I've kind of enjoying doing at the minute is making places where mobs can't spawn on. So this whole roof, even though there's not a single light on there, if I press my F7. Oops, that's not the sword. So a second one? I thought there was a second skeleton. No, press F7, you see the cat spawn, nothing can spawn on the roof. Nice flat roof, well, nice gently curving roof. So it's a step, then 2 slabs, step, 2 slabs, step, 2 slabs, step, slab. Weird. Yeah, just step, slab at the end. So that's my little boiler area. So in the next episode, we'll be looking at getting our first boiler together, because I am getting power issues. Now I can't actually get in from this end, but I can get in down here. I am getting power issues. This keeps draining the... and a cow got in when I was building it. I wonder where it'd gone. And this keeps draining that out. And I'm getting low on force crystal, force gems and stuff. So that's something else I was wondering about. If anyone knows better, let me know. I'll quickly show you. So to get more of this force juice, whatever it's called, liquid force, the 3 ways I can tell of doing it are force shards. So that's the same as a bucket's worth of liquid. 4 MJ a tick for 1,000 ticks. The force gem, if you squeeze that, you get a bucket and a half. Is that correct? Come on, slow thing. Squeeze there, you get a bucket and a half. Yeah, if you use that with... what's going on there? Oh, that's a mixer, okay. If you use that with 2 of them, you get 3 force ingots, which is enough to make 3... force mitts, which gets you 3 of them force shards, which would get you 3 buckets worth. So it's rather than squeezing them force gems down, it seems more worth it to keep making force mitts and then just burning through the force mitts doing random digging and stuff. It seems a little bit cheaper to do it like that. And then of course the other way is squeezing these logs, which don't get you as many. But I'm going to start, I think, squeezing the force gems, which only gets you half as much as making force mitts, which seems a bit weird. Come on, squeeze that, where are you? Squeeze it, yeah, gets you, them logs just get you 0.1 each, so every 10 logs would get you a bucket, so that's not a lot. We've been doing a lot of stuff with trees and setting up some kind of tree farm, which I possibly could do with Dartcraft and Family Tinkerer, something to look at further down the line though, I think. So what I really need to do is get on with making a boiler, which is what the start of the next episode is going to be, which, if I did have a to-do list at the minute, that would be the top of the to-do list. Let's get rid of some of these bricks if I've got room. I don't have room for everything because I've just run out of space. Not because I've got no space, because my organisation is terrible. Well, I did a little bit more and I realised that the episode was getting close to 50 minutes, so I've just got rid of a bit of the episode, and I'm going to have to put that in the next one as well, along with the boiler. But what it was is this thing here that I'm starting to put together, and I've got holes in my floor. I've got a bit of redneck cable there, you can see. So get a lever on here just to show you what's kind of going on. Is a drawbridge. Wonderful. So I'll start with that next episode and then we'll get on making a boiler. As always, I hope it was enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching and I hope I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.